This is the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast with Stacie and Curtis.
And come on. Anyway,
she changed him. That's
she
the
changed
dream,
him.
right?
I know.
She changed him from his bad boy
She
ways.
didn't change him. She just brought out his true colors.
Yeah,
How about
like
that?
Cyndi Lauper.
On that note,
Have we been recording again?
yes,
Of
the whole
course
time.
we have been.
Of course,
Thanks
yeah.
for tuning in.
But I'll chop out all the other stuff and start it about here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You won't.
Welcome to episode 10 of the Out of Tune podcast.
Season 2.
Season 2. My name is Stacie. This is
Curtis.
And we are going to talk today on episode 10 about first jobs.
Yes.
Because
In the spirit of McHappy Day.
Well, yeah, it was McHappy Day, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
May the 6th. You joined me last year at McHappy Day.
I did.
Which was a blast.
I got uninvited this year, but that's okay.
You did get uninvited, but that's
Yep.
okay. Joel and I were there yesterday, or Wednesday. We're
Wednesday.
recording this on Thursday. It's airing on Friday, whatever. And yeah, McDonald's was probably a first job for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
It's one of those... And it's really interesting to me, though, because I get to work behind the scenes. You got to work with me the drive-through last year. Joel was there. It's a high-paced, very stressful job, I think, because it's fast food, right? You want things to be happening. It's a well-oiled machine. And I can't imagine walking in there as like a 15-year-old and being like, hi, and having to get in on that craziness.
I came up through fast food. I did Wendy's, I did A&W, and I did Subway. And this is
You were a sandwich
I
I'm
was
sitting across from a sandwich artist.
And this is a weird flex, but I was really good at it.
At sandwiches?
Just at
Or-
fast food.
Okay.
I don't know. I could
You're OCD.
the pace. Yeah, maybe
That's what it is.
the pace was fine. And I remember working one because I usually worked evenings. Wendy's was kind of my first real job that I had for more than like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
And I always worked evenings and closed because I was in grade 12.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a couple times where I worked during the day, and I remember working beside the manager one Friday lunch rush, and he actually like complimented me after. He's like, "Damn kid," he's like, "You kept up." I was worried because it was like the regular person called in sick, and they needed someone.
Yeah.
And I always remember that compliment.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is,
He
There
wasn't
are-
known for his compliments.
well, and there are also like really shitty employees out there, and there are really good ones. And to be called out and recognized as a good employee, it needs to be done more often.
Absolutely.
Honestly, because that 2 seconds it took him to say like "good job,
I
Curtis."
still remember
You're
it.
still
I
talking about
still
it
remember it.
years later.
It was so heartfelt.
Yeah, exactly. And especially like you said, if he's someone who's not used to doling out compliments, even better.
And
It
as
makes
a
it more
as a
special.
manager, I don't know if you've ever had to schedule people in anything. Yeah. Sometimes you're like, I just need someone.
Yeah.
And then you brace yourself for the worst.
Yep.
And then when that person comes through, it's like
It just blows it out of the
oh,
water.
it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your first paying gig where you got paid for your services?
I mean, I had a paper route.
Okay.
I worked at the Cave for like
The restaurant?
2 weeks, and then it just didn't work out. It just
What were you
it was
doing?
just
Washing dishes? Yeah.
But it just didn't. I can't really remember why. I felt bad because I did my work practicum placement in grade 11.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys had that at your school.
We did, but I didn't take part in
Okay.
that program.
So I got you get to work a couple weeks for free at some places
You
just
get
as work.
to.
Yeah,
How
well,
lucky.
Well, you're grade 11,
But
right?
it is a cool experience.
Yeah, and it's something on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd worked at the Cave, and then they said, "Well, we need someone super part time." And I said, "Sure." And then it just I think the nights were just like too long because by the time you get out of there, it was like
yeah.
midnight or 1.
For grade 11?
Yeah, that was a
that's
lot.
Definitely.
So I would say my first real job though was Wendy's on Ottawa, which is
Okay.
now Tim Hortons.
The Wendy's with the sunroom.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember you could do the the potato, and you could put your own toppings on it.
Yeah,
Those were the days.
and it was
Our family used to. When was this?
mid 90s, mid to late 90s.
I'm gonna
96.
say that there's a good chance you served. Were you like at the till, or were you?
Yeah,
cooking?
I was all over the place
I bet you served me because we used to go there after church.
on Sundays.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Crossing paths.
It was fun. Like, I don't know what the vibe of fast food is now, but back in the day, it was all kids. Like, your social your social life jumped like 200%.
Well, yeah, because all of a sudden you're meeting other people of the
Yeah.
same age. I want to say at McDonald's, it was definitely not teenagers,
Okay.
but there's a mix of young and mid-aged people. And then
Yeah.
just one random older person who's like, yeah, I'm still here. And that's great. I love that mix.
It was, it should be studied because is the job great? Not really. I mean, is any job great? You're working with food, it's hot, it can be really gross, you're cleaning grease
Yeah.
traps. But I just remember laughing. Like I worked with really good people.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I only have good memories and people are like, oh God, you worked at fast food. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
and it
only-
was awesome.
I made friends for life at every place I worked.
See, and that is amazing. And I feel like more people need to recognize
Yeah.
how impactful a first job can be. And obviously, some of them are pretty crap, right? And you do want to erase them from
Yeah.
your memory. But don't downplay them because they have it's your first form of employment where you're like learning how to show up on time and you're getting cash money. Come on. That's
Yeah.
the best part.
Yeah, you explain it, you write it down on paper, like, yeah, and I swept and I mopped and cleaned the urinals, and everyone's like, that sounds horrible. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I honestly loved that
enjoyed it.
job. I had the greatest friends, and I wonder what happened to those people. Mm-hmm. There was a good meme that went around a while back that said, I wish I could have like a big get together with all coworkers,
Well, I saw, it was like
Yeah.
a whole room full of all your
all
people.
your ex coworkers
Yes.
from all your jobs. That would be amazing.
That'd be so
There
weird.
were so many fun people at Wendy's back in the day. And again, we were kids.
Yeah.
And it was, I just remember leaving every night just like sore from laughing.
Well, it's also weird because you're a kid and you have this like response. You're the one in charge of cooking.
Yeah.
Or closing the restaurant or stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So you also have this weird sense of like, I'm a grown up now. I'm doing grown up things.
Yeah.
And I like that. Here's a question. Did
Sure.
you get food for free?
No, we got 50%
Discount.
off though.
So you
Which
couldn't-
is dangerous.
So you couldn't just like dip into the fries and grab a few as you're walking by?
That was frowned upon.
Okay.
During the day, no. At night, when there was less management and less eyes on you, then yeah.
And back then there probably were no cameras. Like I feel like right now there's cameras
No.
in every restaurant.
Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, hated technology. When I worked there, it was still the person at the front. There were like no computers. There was the till, and they would say, big bacon, no tomato, no lettuce, extra ketchup.
They'd call it out?
They'd call it out, and you had to listen, and you had to make it.
No.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So what did the till do? Just like the money exchange?
Yeah, and they would read it. Like they would say it, and it would go out.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So imagine kitchen sounds like the beep, 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 and then you have to
How many-
listen to the speaker above the
And this
cooking
is no
station.
disrespect to the
No.
people back there, but like the mistakes must have been. Because how can you possibly catch everything? I'd be screwed. My hearing's terrible.
That's just how it was.
Wow.
And then I don't know when he passed away. I think I was already done there, but as soon as
They were like, okay,
yeah,
computers.
yeah,
Let's go.
computers rolled in
Yeah.
as they were rolling the casket, pretty much.
Rest in peace, Dave.
Rest in peace, Dave. I don't know the timeline, but yeah, there was just suddenly computers came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is probably, for the better, but
I mean, we love nostalgia, but like I can't imagine a fast food restaurant not using a computer now. It just doesn't make sense.
and it was very clean. I will as we go to places I worked after this, I will not comment, but at the time, Wendy's Idlewild Mid-90 was super clean. There was a
Okay.
rigorous end of the day cleaning schedule.
As there freaking should be,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, I have gone to places, some hospitals, restaurants, whatever. And as you're sitting there, for me, I'm looking down at the floor and I'm just like, why aren't they getting the corners?
Yeah.
Why aren't they wiping the doors down?
Yeah.
Like, why are people not cleaning super well? I don't know. Maybe it's just my own ridiculous, obsessive cleaning behavior.
And I grew up on the east side, so being dropped into Idlewild North, brand new people, right? I didn't know anyone when I started.
Yeah.
So it was a fun new experience, and like we'd go for coffee after like 11 o'clock at night, which is terrible.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, just funny times.
Good. Okay.
How about you?
So my very first paid gig was probably babysitting.
Yep.
I took my babysitters. I was so pumped. I love kids. I had a lot of cousins growing up. I had little baby cousins that were born, and I got to hold them and stay at their house and hang out with them. And so when the opportunity came for the babysitting course, I was all over that. And I babysat, obviously for family, but I also I'm quite sure there were times where I was pulling in like probably $400 a month.
That's insane.
In cash. And it was because I had the one lady who ran a daycare during the day, but I was her babysitter for her own life. And she would tell all of her people who came there, Stacie's babysitting. And so I had so much word of mouth business. And it got to the point where I had to get myself a little calendar. I had to keep track of things. Some parents would pick me up and my dad would drop me off. Like it was my gig.
Are you sure you're not just remembering the Babysitters Club book one? That's the plot.
Stacie was one of the characters. No. But I babysat a lot. I had some very cheap parents. There was one guy, and he was part of a church, I'm just saying, and he used to ask me for change.
Wow.
When he paid me. He's like, do you have change? I was like, dude, I'm 13. No, I don't have change. Also, your kids are little hellions, so pay up. And so he's like, I'll just take it off next time.
Sounds good,
I was
buddy.
like, well, you're a piece of crap. But I just wanted the cash, right?
Yeah,
so it didn't matter. And that's a really weird thing because it's not a structured job. It's just someone giving you money to watch their kids. But my very first paying job was through the Boys and Girls Club of Saskatoon, picking garbage at the exhibition.
Did you have a little poker and all that?
Sure
The
did.
bag? That's fun.
It wasn't a poker. It's a broom.
Okay,
With the little blue bag. And you wander around aimlessly for hours a day in the blistering hot sun. The smells, the sounds, the people, all of it. It was super overwhelming. My feet killed at the end of the day. And I feel like I've told this story before, but I also got hired on to stay for probably, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 days after, cleaning up after the X was over. And that was disgusting because I know they don't like to be called it, the fair workers, where they set up their trailers, we had to go through there and clean everything up.
Are you talking about the carnies?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say it.
Yeah. It was so gross because they just didn't care.
Well, I was going to say you probably didn't have a lot to do because if I know one thing about the exhibition clientele is that they are always very meticulous about putting their garbage in the proper bins.
Absolutely, Curtis. No. But there was a lot of us and we did cover good ground. But once this little spell happened where it was like everybody was gone and you just went up and cleaned up what was left behind, I found a couple packs of cigarettes. I found used condoms. I found needles that I was like, this is probably for diabetes.
Probably.
And it was really, really gross. And so I did that. Was it just for the 1 year? I want to say it was just for 1 year because it was too gross. Like,
Did you get invited to the carny after parties? If television is real, it has me believing that those parties are just like something else.
I can only imagine.
The lights go down, turn off the midway lights, and then the real shit starts to happen. Oh my God, can you imagine? A carny party?
A carny
party, hashtag carny party.
Right.
No rules.
Oh,
Everything
man.
goes.
So yeah, that was the first gig. And I want to say that was grade 9. I don't remember.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
That's young.
Well, it was a very, there's younger children. I think because it was through Boys and Girls Club.
Sure.
I don't know. But then my actual, established job was at Zellers, Lawson Heights, North End, rest in peace. And I got hired as a straightener. That was an actual thing. I went around the store folding stuff up, putting it back on the shelves, doing the returns, keeping things tidy. And then I was able to kind of move into cashier, which I loved.
Yeah.
I loved being a cashier.
Yeah.
Pushing buttons, taking money, all that stuff. Small talk, getting treated like absolute garbage by some people.
Sure.
Was what made me who I am today.
But let's talk about that real quick. What people who treat the service staff like crap don't understand is that they immediately become legends as soon as they leave. They are immortalized with the staff as just the worst human being.
Yeah.
Years will go by and people will still do you
Yeah.
They will be like, remember that girl? Oh my God. Oh my God. We will make fun of you.
For years.
For years. So when you strut away thinking that like, oh yeah,
I just showed her.
Yeah, I just shit on these kids. It's like, no. We're pretty tough.
Yeah.
You're not the first. You won't be the last, but
and we
boy,
will
we will
you.
have fun at your expense.
Yeah.
4 years, we will see you out in public years later and be like, that's the girl. And they'll be like, that's Price Check Girl. And you're like, that is Price Check Girl. So as a public announcement, really think. Really pick your battles if you're going to treat the customer service staff as shit. Really pick your battles.
I always think back to that whole, like, you have to walk a mile in somebody's shoes. And if you have never worked in customer service and you treat, like, it has to be, those people who do treat you like crap, they have to have not ever. Because if you do, your appreciation for that person goes through the roof.
Yeah.
When you go through the till, you're like, hey, I know what's up. How's it going? You know, and even just like some nice banter between somebody and not bitching at me about the price of things. Guess what? I'm pushing the buttons and taking your cash. You have an issue? Go talk to the manager.
Yeah.
Don't ridicule the kid at the till. Like, come on.
You think I have shares in this company?
Exactly.
I do not.
And just going back to your talk about how Wendy's didn't have computers. I was at Zeller's when they didn't have scanners. So we had to punch in 8-digit SKUs.
Yep.
And they also didn't have Interact or debit. I was there when the whole implementation happened, and all of us were like, this is going to be amazing. They have to just put their card in.
I'm living Terminator 2.
Like, I was still doing the chunk with the MasterCard, taking checks. The amount of checks that were written was insane.
Yeah.
Because that was how you took money out of your checking account if you didn't have cash.
Yeah.
And so it was just a very weird time. If you fast forward to today and you go through tills anywhere, like obviously the scanning is still a thing, but it's just like that, you know, kids don't know how to make change sometimes. If you throw them off and, oh, actually, I'll give you 25 cents and you can give me 10 back. And they're like,
yeah, the Mac beach
what?
ball just spins
What?
and spins and spins.
So it was a very different time, but again, too, I had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
I eventually moved on to cashier supervisor, so I had keys.
Nice.
I got to go to the till when someone needed an override or whatever, so I had a little more responsibility. Zeller's also paid more than minimum wage, so I was making, I don't even remember, $6.75 or something when my friends were making like $5 or whatever. Like they paid really well. I made some great friends. I ended up traveling with some of them. Like it was a great time. I loved it.
I just had a flashback of Wendy's, and as you were talking about moving up, I remember when I finally got to work the drive-thru.
Oh,
and
that's the moving up, hey?
Yeah, and this one guy was really like tried to corner the drive-thru. That was like his position. And I was like, what's with it, man? He's like, well, here's what you do. You drop the change, and then the girls bend over out of their car seat to pick up the change, and you can look down his shirt. And I was like, fantastic.
Wow.
That's
why you're cornering like this. Okay.
Wow, drive-through Dave. That is phenomenal. Just, there's me in grade 12, and I'm like, blink, blink.
You thought it was some weird, like, control thing where he's like, no, I need to be the one in charge.
He was just a pervert.
He just wanted boobs.
He was just a pervert. Just liked cleavage.
That's gross.
Yeah. Different times.
What was your next one after? We'll just do a few after, like, our first few jobs.
Yeah. I went from there.
Or should we go through our whole resume?
I went from there to A&W.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't there very long, but I was there on 8th Street.
I was like, just down the street?
I wasn't there very long, but I was there long enough to meet who would become my wife.
Oh, at A&W?
At A&W. We met at A&W. Yeah, she was kind of my boss.
Oh.
Scandalous.
Curtis Anderson.
Scandalous.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you prefer A&W? No, you preferred Wendy's over A&W.
I was at Wendy's longer.
Yeah.
A&W was just a different machine because it was open 24 hours. So there was
back then?
Yeah. So there was never that like let's close and clean. And I'm not saying it wasn't clean. It was, but we just never had that like checklist at the end of the day, lock the door, everybody go home. It's spotless.
Right.
It was just constant. And there were definitely checklists and stuff, and you clean when you could, but there was never that feeling of completion, and then you get to go home. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I wasn't there too long, and then I became a sandwich artist, and that was also fun. And I met friends there too, and that was back on Idlewild.
And when you did the top cut on the bun, right?
Yes, the canoe.
Is that what it's called?
The canoe. Yes.
Was it the canoe?
I don't know if that's what we called it.
I love that cut.
And it was always busy. I mean, the late 90s, there was
Well, 'cause it was
there was
brand
nothing
new.
else.
Subway
it was
was
24
like-
hours. And Idlewild was hopping. Mm-hmm. There were the two. Riley's was still like just on the other side of Tim Hortons in that parking lot. And
Where
what
was
is it,
the Subway
Country
that you
Bar?
worked at?
It's still there. It's on the corner of Idlewild and 33rd.
Oh, by the Pharmasave.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's the Pharmasave, there's the Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Riley's was on the other side. There was the Country Bar just down Idlewild, and there was the porno shop across the street that is now like a Donair place. Actually, no, I think it's like a drive-through. Is that where they're building the drive-through LBS?
Shoppers? No, there's a Shoppers Drug Mart at the corner there.
Of Idlewild and 33rd? Uh-huh. Okay. Across from like
Pharmasave.
Syast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I would watch people walk out of the porno shop and cross the street, and I'd be like, don't come down.
What can I get you? What kind of bread, you
Right.
creep?
Yeah, totally.
Whatever, porn's fine.
You
if
need,
you're
you need some carbs.
carb loading for tonight's adventures.
Yes.
Okay, so both of us, well, I shouldn't say both. My other one was Zellers, but I had 3 jobs in high school. I started at Zellers, and then there used to be a shop called Peppers.
Peppers? I do remember
Yes,
Peppers.
Bonita. Shout out to Bonita. She was my boss, and her husband Kevin, they owned the store, and it was a kitchen store. So they sold like lovely utensils and placemats and what have you. It was a wonderful place. But I worked in their their Christmas store. So I worked in a Christmas store selling Christmas decorations. I used to write the names on those ones that had like little family members.
Yeah, you did.
I'd
They
be like,
trusted you with that?
Curtis, Macy. No, yeah.
I watch people do that, and I sweat.
I'm not going to lie. It's humble brag time. I've got really nice writing.
Nice. Well, yeah. You're,
And so the fact that I was able to do that, I was like, sign me up. Let's go. So that was kind of fun. And it was Christmas. People were always in a great mood. They absolutely, majority, I want to say, were like pretty decent.
Really?
Yeah. I
Okay.
liked that job. I liked Christmas, bought a lot of stuff at a discount that I probably didn't need. So that was one of my jobs too. And then I also worked at Chelsea's, the cinnamon bun shop that
Yeah.
was in like the middle of the mall, just randomly there across from Kohl's.
dark times.
And I loved that job. I gained weight at
Yeah.
that job because we made cinnamon buns. And
Yeah.
guess what? At the end of the day, when you were closing and there was like 6 iced cinnamon buns, if the cinnamon buns were not iced, you could use them the next day. But if they were iced, they were done. And so I would take them home.
Yeah.
And we also made delicious chicken sandwiches. We made bread, like banana bread. We made homemade pizza pops. And so I was taking home a lot of food and I was eating a lot of food. This was also at a time when you could smoke
Yeah.
in the mall still. And I want to just give a shout out to all the Safeway staff who used to come over there for their breaks and sit down and smoke cigarettes. And I would make their lunches for them. And I would go home reeking of cinnamon and cigarettes. Like it was a weird time.
Did you smoke?
No,
Oh, see, that would have helped keep a little bit of the weight off.
probably. But no, I was just chowing down on cinnamon buns.
That's one thing people don't talk about when you work fast food or jobs like Cinnabon is that
Smells?
you have complete control. You watch these suckers come up and you're like, oh, you want this? You want the number one? Okay, well, this is all you get. And then when it's left to your own device, you can be God. You're like, oh, I'm going to make the best sub.
That's
like
true.
I couldn't eat Subway after a while because I'm like, really? This is all you get?
Yeah.
And I have to pay full price where we would make
The most epic sandwiches.
the most epic sandwiches when you have free reign.
I can
And yeah.
imagine.
It's something else. Like I said, it honestly took me a long time because I was like, can you make it like this, like this, like this? And I was like, oh, god damn, that's a $34 sub. I don't like that.
And you know, you also, because I had so many regulars come through, like there was a lot of Safeway staff, a lot of other mall employees that came through. With that control, you have the ability to make a really crappy sandwich, actually. And so there were some times where I would make a crappy sandwich.
Yeah.
And then I would make a nice one for the cute guy from Safeway.
Heck yeah, you would.
You know? And because I worked alone a lot as well, it was just a little mom and pop shop. It was
Yeah.
owned by it was not a chain or anything like that. So there were a lot of times when I did work by myself and I was busy. Like when 12 Safeway employees roll up and they're like, I'll have a Caesar salad and a chicken sandwich. You're like, I have to go and make a sandwich and toss your salad for you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It was a tough gig, Curtis. It was a tough gig.
it sounds like it. Tips must have been great.
Anyway. And I also had to wear weird, like, white, like, food uniform, which was strange to me. I couldn't just wear, like, normal clothes. So Here I am in these weird white scrubs reeking of cigarettes and cinnamon buns. It was bizarre.
Glory days.
But enjoyable. So, like I said, my entire life revolved around Lawson Heights Mall. I spent so much time there throughout high school and the year after high school when I was in university. I worked and stuff. Like, that was my life.
I finally got out of fast food when I got hired at McNally Robinson when they opened. I was one of the first employees of McNally Robinson. I helped unload the original boxes of books.
Cool.
It was crazy. I felt like...
That was a big deal for Saskatoon.
Oh, it was
store.
huge back in the day.
It has a tree in it.
And like starting wage was like $2 more than minimum wage. And back in the 90s, when you're used to making minimum wage and working with food,
Yeah.
I felt like a millionaire.
I bet.
And it was... I enjoyed my time. I was one of the two like young people there. They hired like it was like 30 and up, and then there was like 2 or 3 of us that were like in our 20s.
You punks.
It really felt like that. And it's funny because I look back now and I was like, I was so annoying.
Were you?
Well,
what do you mean?
I was 20.
For those people,
100%.
not to your friends.
No. Just like trying to fit in because they had hired a whole, well, like they hired smart people. They hired people that were like,
librarians previously
and had like families already and had crippling student debt.
Oh yes,
and had all these problems. And here I am. I was 20.
Yeah.
Just married. So I would come to work with like 2 hours of sleep, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, you guys! Like, my new bride and I drank a bottle of vodka and made out on the
futon.
No, like the patio or whatever. And I had like 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And let's go. Let's sell some books. And they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to make rent." And I was like, "Man, I don't know why you don't think.
Sorry about you.
I don't know why you don't think my stories kick ass."
Yeah.
We were out on the balcony making out till 4 a.m. And I came out of shower and came to work, and I'm probably still buzzed. Like I'm living isn't life great? And
Yeah.
they're like,
That's really funny.
"Do you know how much milk is?" And I'm like, "I don't."
And I don't care. Because I don't drink it. I drink vodka.
Then I became that age and had responsibility, and then I worked with young people, and I was like, God, these young people are so annoying. Oh,
wait a minute. It's all coming full circle.
Yeah, I know. So good times for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to just jump back to one quick one, because this was still when I was 18. I moved to England, and I lived there for 2.5 years doing a work visa. And when we first got there, we lived in a private hotel hostel. So it was a weird thing where you could book a room, a double, stay there for a night and leave. But there were also group rooms with like 5 beds in them, and you paid rent. And so I went over with my friend Brad, and we did that. We lived there. He lived in the boys' room. I lived in the girls' room. We paid rent. But then I also started working there as a chambermaid. So I got my rent for free because I worked there. Or did I have to pay a minimal amount? But it was something crazy, like £50 a week. Like, it was very cheap.
This sounds like the beginning of like a Cinemax movie.
I could have written a book.
The Chambermaid.
I kid you not.
Yeah, I bet.
So I was chambermaiding, but I was also working at the body shop.
Yeah.
So I was I was making decent coin. It was quite nice. So as a chambermaid, you had to get up in the morning and cook breakfasts for the guests, because a lot of them did that in the UK. It's not like a continental where you get your cereal, whatever. It was eggs of one kind, sausage or back bacon, toast, either stewed tomatoes, hoops, which is like alfaghetti, or beans.
Hoops.
So, and then on the weekends we made crepes with whipped cream and jam. Like, it was an actual thing where I had to cook for people. And then once we cooked breakfast, we had to go and clean and make beds. And so because my friends lived here, I was literally like once a week in the group rooms, you would change their beds for them, which was weird because you're like making your friend's bed.
Yeah.
But then I also had to clean the bathrooms that my friends and I were barfing in over the weekend. So I was literally like cleaning up my friend's mess. It was so disgusting.
I don't know how this has not come up before.
Oh, surprise.
This is a whole separate topic.
And there was something to be said about the like, obviously we all lived there, and it was like, it was so much fun. We would hang out in the common room, drink wine in the evenings, smoke cigarettes because it was, you smoked indoors, and the wine was super cheap. Then we go out and party on the weekends. And the girls that worked there, we were all like the elite of the group because we got to live there for free, and we had free run of the place, basically. Like, it was really weird.
Sounds fascinating.
It was, oh my God, the best time. First of all, because I was living in another country,
yeah.
but also just this weird little gig that we had. And I would also like sneak eggs and toast. I lived on very little because I wanted all my money to go towards traveling.
Yes.
Because that's what we would do. We would work places and then quit and go travel and then come back and get a new job, quit and go. That's just what we did.
Nomads.
Yeah. And so I was living pretty slim and I was eating eggs and toast for a long time because we would just sneak them because we had the keys to the cupboard. It was a weird time, but also like an amazingly fun time.
This is a novel.
Yeah.
This is a novel.
We got up to some big shenanigans.
I don't know if I've ever met someone. I didn't know chambermaid was a real job.
Well, it's not called that anymore, but
still,
there it
was. A chambermaid.
Mm-hmm. That's what they called it, chambermaid. And so now it would just be like housekeeping.
Yes.
But there at that time, it was chambermaid.
So people would just show up and be gone the next day into the
and
night,
then
never seen again.
Also, too, like cleaning your friend's area, whatever, but like even cleaning some of the guest rooms, the stuff that people left behind. Someone made a pipe to smoke weed out of an apple. And I was like, oh, this is like you would find random stuff in there, gross stuff in there. They would leave stuff behind. Like someone left a pair of really nice shoes one time. And we were like fighting over it, and then they phoned and got them back, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun time. Super fun time.
One time at McNally Robinson, somebody left a brand new with tags, like white brand name shirt. I can't remember what it was. And it sat there for a week. And I said, okay, if nobody gets it by Sunday, I'm going to take it. And it was like, yeah, that's fine. So Sunday at like 7:55.
No.
I go and I put it on and I'm like doing the catwalk behind the counter. I'm like, bup, new tight white shirt. What do you think, everybody? And everybody's like, woo. You know, they weren't really clapping because they were like, I hate this young kid.
Fair.
So full of energy and hope and a future.
Yeah.
And I was like, bup. And then this guy comes up and I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, yeah, I left my shirt here a week ago.
You were wearing it.
I was wearing it. Not only was I wearing it, I was like bupping back and forth, like right said Fred behind. And he came up.
Irony is insane.
Yeah.
Like he could have phoned and said, hey, did I leave my... No, but he came and saw you wearing his shirt.
And I literally looked this man in the eyes and said, I'll check in the back. I'm wearing his shirt. I said, I'll check in the back.
Did you find it?
Then I went to the back, changed, and came back out and I was like, is this it? And like, I'm sure it had like sweat stains. I couldn't give up I couldn't.
Did he not recognize him?
I'm sure he did.
Oh,
but
man,
I'm not
going
to give it to him.
That's
right.
awkward.
I'm not going to comment that I'm wearing his shirt. Mm-hmm. So I went
back
and came back out, and for the record, it looked better on me. White shirt guy out there. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't deserve it.
You didn't deserve
You
the
didn't
cred.
deserve it. It was like a Gap, which back in like 2000.
Oh, that was like top of the line.
Yeah. Gap
Wow.
white shirt.
That's hilarious.
That's why I can't afford nice things.
Okay.
And there's this guy coming into McNally Robinson, having his pie and leaving
his shirt.
Gap bag on the table.
Like some kind of...
Yeah.
Okay, well, that has been first jobs-ish. Couple of first rounds of the jobs. I'm sure we could...
I just want to pour myself a coffee one day and I want you to tell me chambermaid stories. For like, I'm sure they're probably better in my head, but like, that's just.
How about the one morning I went to the bathroom to open the door to clean and somebody was laying on the toilet?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Was he alive?
Oh, yeah, just very hungover and passed out.
See, I thought maybe that was part of the gig, the unwritten rule, where like the owners were like, you got to get rid of the body, Stacie. Like people come here and party too hard, and this is a place where people go to not get found.
But you know what else we used to do?
I imagine this place just like way off in the country. Like,
No.
Like it's like handwritten map on a napkin only.
Guess how far I lived from Kensington Palace?
How far?
Like a 10-minute walk.
Way off in the country, map on a napkin only.
That would have been very cool.
Yeah. It's like Hotel California.
But we also used to, because of the girls' rooms and the guys' rooms, lots of relationships happened while we lived
I'd imagine.
there. And because I was chambermaid, keys to the rooms, it was always like, I was almost like a private... They'd be like, can we use the room? And so we'd let them in
You were like a madame. You were a madame, Stacie.
But listen, this is disgusting. Oh, my God.
Go. I did not think we were going to end up here. This is, I'm so happy we're doing episode 10.
Could not be in the bed. They had to be on the bed.
Like they couldn't be under the covers.
Because I didn't want to make another bed so they could go do their thing on the bed, not in the bed. Oh, that's disgusting.
So just no
That's
privacy.
why you never trust the duvet at a hotel, ever. It's disgusting. Or the floor. I don't know what went on. I didn't keep track, but anyway.
You just had to stand outside the door.
No, I didn't stand outside the door. Don't be gross. I was just like,
make sure.
tidy things up and shut the door when you leave. And then that was it.
I knew stuff like this happened. I knew, Stacie.
I
knew
shady.
you. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I want to hear all these stories. I was so fascinated.
I'll have to try and jot them down. There's so many. And a lot of them I don't remember either. Because it was...
Because I imagine when you quit, they made you drink like something.
Well, I didn't quit there. I moved out, because I lived there.
You can't take the secrets with you. So you had the like Arrested Development forget me not. Before you left, I'm like, Stacie, you got to take this pill.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. No, it was a good time. Okay, so maybe we'll continue jobs again. Who knows? We've only gone to, that stopped at 18. And
We are going to get
we've been working for
like
years.
a music bed, and we'll be like, night 1
Yeah.
as a chambermaid. That sounds like something if you waited long enough on Showcase, that's the movie that would come on.
Chambermaid. There's definitely a movie
Chambermaid.
called Chambermaid. I swear. It's
Yeah.
probably a porno.
Probably. And imagine you just walking up and down the hallway swinging this giant circle of keys being like, Chris, Kathy,
Your room is
you
ready.
can get room number 7 on top of the covers only.
Yeah. Top only.
Don't touch anything else.
Oh, man. Oh, good times. Okay. That's episode 10 of season 2.
Candlelight only, right? Walking down the hall with the candle.
Light easy. It was not that glamorous, by the way. It was not.
Okay. I have to go move a body now.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Don't answer the door for
Don't
anything.
go in the backyard. We'll continue the job
What does
story.
that mean?
Nothing at all.
backyard.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
We'll continue the job episode maybe at another point, but right now this has been you and I up to 18. We've got years to cover.
We have years to cover. Jeez Louise, you beat me so hard.
Hey, it's not a competition. I just happened to get involved in
I thought
some...
my Wendy's drive-thru story was scandalous. You're like, oh, by the way, I was a chambermaid.
I saw a lot of naked bodies.
I can imagine you did.
Yeah.
That's
Also shared showers. Oh,
What?
Never mind. Anyway,
I'm sweating into my eyes.
we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast. Check back for new episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at cruisefm.com.